Heartbreak and frankly heartache in Seattle tonight. Now, all three North American host countries, the U.S., Canada, Mexico, all eliminated from this World Cup tournament. Our Erin Jones, she was hearing all the excitement, but it turned to silence in one of the loudest places here in North Texas, Texas Live in Arlington.
The fans here at Texas Live never stopped believing, but unfortunately it just wasn't their night. You can see a lot of the fans clearing out here behind me, but earlier in the night at kickoff, Texas Live exploded with cheers. There was a sea of red, white, and blue, fans waving American flags. But that environment quickly shifted after Belgium scored their first goal, and as the night went on, you could tell everyone was worried. In the end, Belgium came away with the win, ending the U.S. team's World Cup run and sending Belgium to the quarterfinals. But even after the match, some fans stayed behind, applauding the team's effort, many telling us that they're so proud of how far this team went. In Arlington tonight, Erin Jones, CBS News, Texas.
Well, World Cup action is not over for North Texas just yet. The Cup semifinal match comes back to Dallas Stadium. This happens on July 14th. The winner between France and Morocco will play the winner from Spain and Belgium. That match, that happens back here in Dallas, AT&T Stadium as we call it, next week, July 14th. A first alert weather day for tomorrow, chance of pop-up thunderstorms. What are we talking about, McKenna? You hit the nail on the head. We're so focused on the heat,
we are.
But we saw some other stuff as well.
Thanks to the heat and the humidity, they started to bubble up. This afternoon, this evening, we saw a couple of those. And in fact, on radar, we do still have a couple of stronger storms. And tomorrow, I am watching for a similar pattern, maybe a little bit greater coverage. So for that reason, we have issued that first alert weather day for tomorrow. We're dry through Dallas and Tarrant County now. That wasn't the case just an hour or so ago, but we do have this severe thunderstorm warning lingering till 10:15 this evening. That is for Hunt County. That is for winds upwards of 60 miles per hour and hail upwards of quarter-sized. As we get through the next hour or so, we're losing the daytime heating element, so I expect those storms to wane. But look at this. We get after 3 o'clock tomorrow, and we will be looking at some additional scattered storm activity. I will walk you through the full timing and the threats coming up in my full forecast, Steve.
The last thing we want to do is discourage police officers from doing the right thing.
When is it safe to report wrongdoing? That's the question some police officers in the community of Prosper are asking after a wave of punishments rocked that agency in that community. The I-Team obtained internal records and videos that show how it started with rumors of an affair between two employees. Our Kelsey Mittauer, she joins us live. She's in the community of Prosper with more on this story. Kelsey.
Yeah, Steve, several officers here say that the relationship, which was against policy, was the worst kept secret in the department. But they say reporting it led to backlash that none of them expected.
This is Lieutenant Brian Golden. It is 2:03 on January 19th, 2026. I'm here with Detective Michael Zachary. I'm here with Detective Joseph Buttering. I'm here with Detective Cody Wilson in reference to IA number 2026-001.
One by one, 3 Prosper detectives explained how they looked into a relationship between their colleague and a supervisor.
The morning that started this was, I made the comment, like, how long are we going to allow this to continue?
There's a pattern of something going on it's not adding up right now. There's something going on.
She was missing calls constantly. She had voicemails piling up because she was gone on these extended breaks.
The men said all it took was a check of the station's own surveillance cameras. They saw a sergeant repeatedly place his phone in a bathroom, leave for about half an hour, and come back at the same time a detective was arriving for her shift.
We started going backwards on the camera and noticed there were, I believe, 13 incidents in total in the 30-day time frame that our camera system stores.
The detectives say at that point they notified their supervisor. She said she told her bosses too.
Who, if anyone, directed you to look into Sergeant Wyndham and Detective Harper specifically?
No one directed me to.
Nobody. Who was aware that you were compiling this information at the time it was collected?
So I brought in my chain of command.
The team also handed over information from Flock, the department's license plate reader system. A search of the female detective's cruiser showed the pair had met in neighborhoods, parking lots, and at a nearby hotel. The detectives said their findings turned up potential policy violations and criminal acts.
The supervisor-subordinate relationship,
Possible public lewdness, possible indecent exposure, possible, you got code of conduct violations.
Being on the clock while doing her meetups with Sergeant Linden were obviously an issue.
When asked, the pair admitted the relationship had started nearly a year earlier.
We would meet to see each other before he went home and I came to work.
When you guys would meet up, what would y'all do?
talk for a little bit, and we'd have sexual intercourse.
The chief at the time, Doug Kowalski, was on the verge of retirement. In a statement obtained by the I-Team, he said the pair's behavior crossed serious professional and legal lines, and that when he met with the town manager and HR director, the group agreed the sergeant and female detective should be terminated. But, he said, a few hours later on that same afternoon, without explanation, town manager Mario Canizares reversed the decision.
The city managers and town managers have the authority, for the most part, to override and sometimes to provide significant input on disciplinary actions, but it's rare.
Dr. Alex Del Carmen has spent decades in police training and policymaking. He says it's unusual for a city official with no law enforcement background to overrule a chief.
They look at the big picture, obviously, the idea of maintaining, supporting, and going forward with the city. But at the same time, they're not in the weeds. They're not going to know a case in and out the way that perhaps the chief of police would know it.
Kowalski says he was removed from the disciplinary process because he was about to leave. But he says he made it clear he felt the detectives were whistleblowers. He defended their use of the camera systems, and he said if they were punished, they should receive nothing more than a written reprimand. Those recommendations were also ignored.
This has spun out of control. Can we agree on that?
It should have, but yes.
I think it's in the best interest of the department and the town to demote you from detective to police officer.
The department said the men violated 3 policies for an unauthorized investigation and use of the license plate readers. Their sergeant was also disciplined for her handling of the matter. The only violation against the pair was for not reporting the relationship. All 6 employees received the same discipline, demotion and probation. Del Carmen says while there are legitimate questions about how the investigation started, the way it ended also raises concerns.
There is no way that a reasonable chief of police would have demoted these individuals for, quote unquote, accessing the data from a flock camera that didn't have an effect that was so negative that, in other words, the flock camera data wasn't used to extort anyone. It wasn't used to rob anyone.
In his statement, Kowalski said the detectives showed great courage by reporting misconduct at great personal risk and criticism, adding that the discipline sends a clear and dangerous message: keep quiet.
It is really important that police officers have the freedom and feel that they have the freedom to report wrongdoing when wrongdoing is taking place. And I think that that's a really important point of this story because of the fact that the last thing we want to do is discourage police officers from doing the right thing.
So all 6 have appealed their discipline. No one has received a hearing yet. None of them would comment for this story. The Chief Kowalski statement actually came from an attorney for the detectives who planned to use it in their appeal. Kowalski himself would not comment for this story. The town did send me a short statement calling the matter an internal review that did not impact public safety, saying, quote, while we remain committed to transparency, the town does not comment on specific personnel matters. I'm live in Prosper tonight. Kelsey Mittauer, CBS News, Texas.
Kelsey, we thank you.